Good morning guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing Ohme home EV charger for a customer in the South Hams district, and basically this one's going to be of an interesting one because we've got to lift some paving slabs to get our cable from the house to the garage and lay that underneath. We've also got the power point for the house is at the front of the house, and the EV charger is going to be mounted on the side of the garage wall, and that's at the rear of the property. So we're going to have to take the cable around the side of the house, attaching it to concrete wall and sleepers on the way, and I'll show you step by step as much as I can on how we do that. So that's that. Today in Plymouth the weather's not great, so hopefully I can show you everything, but obviously if it starts heaving it down with rain it may limit the amount of recording I can do, but I'll very much try my very best to get everything for you. Once again, like, comment and subscribe. Stay tuned, it's going to be a good one. Grab yourself a cup of coffee and a packet of biscuits or a packet of crisps. It's going to be a good one. Arrived on site, I'll take you through the cable route and then we'll show you what we're going to do. So here's our current consumer unit, and we've got to take the power feed out of the wall, so we're going to have to see what we got to work with in that board in a moment. We haven't opened it up yet, but the general plan is to go through the wall here, and I'll take you outside and show you the other side. And then we're going to be coming through the wall somewhere here. Of course we have to watch out for the metering equipment, etc., but once we're through the wall we've got some speed lineal clips to clip our cable down neatly to the floor level. Either go around the back of that gas box or around it, but we'll work that out when we get there. There should be clearance to go around the back of it, to be fair, from what I can see. You may not be able to see it, but I can. Let's see if I can zoom that in for you. There you go, so just there behind. And then to just cleat it nice and low around the back of the fibre optics, we're going to have to lift two of these paving slabs, so hopefully they won't break on releasing, but you can never guarantee it, but they shouldn't do. But we have to make everyone aware. The customer's aware of this and is happy with that. And then we've got to come nice and low around the back of that, nice and low, following this wall all the way along around the back of the drain pipe, and then along this wall nice and low towards this gate. And then when it comes to this gate we need to lift another slab, this one here. Once we've got this paving slab up, then we got this route to go in and around the wall. I'll show you the wall. So we'll have to come low, step up onto the flower beds, around the flag of the flowers, along the sleepers, and then into the garage to where the EV charger is going to be located. Stay tuned. This is our EV charger, and we're in the garage, and we're going to be mounting the EV charger here and the holster for the cable here. So, and the cable will eventually come in around the bottom here somewhere, as long as the other side complies. Otherwise we might have to come up or whatnot, but we'll let you know if we need to do that. But we're going to unbox the EV charger for now, and this is the Ohme Pro. This is the Ohme Home Pro charger. Fitted a few of these now, they're quite nice. And this is the back bracket that holds onto the cable for the actual plug connector, the bit that goes into your car, and also there's a little holster that goes in the middle. Now a lot of people know that these four holes actually match up with the four holes for the plug. So you see on the back here you've got these four holes. I'll show you when I do it, but they will literally screw through that into the wall, so it's a neater way of doing it. But this is our Ohme. I need to take the back bracket plate off. They come pre-wired inside the actual charger itself, so what we need to do is mount this back bracket onto that wall, and I'll show you once I've got the bracket mounted. There's the back bracket mounted, so now let's get the Ohme on the wall, and then we'll get its holster mounted just next to it over there. Before the 4 holes here will match up with these, so as long as you get that placed correctly, they will match up, and you'll be able to fit the holster plug underneath the holder that the cable coils around. So I'll get that mounted to the wall and I'll show you what that looks like. My father's been very busy. He's drilled a hole actually through here, so we may not need to lift these 2 slabs. He's also removed a lot of the stones so we can get our cable in where those stones were, and then we'll put the stones over at the end. And he's done it all down here as well, so he's been a very busy boy. Well done, Dad. He's lifted this slab and it didn't break, so now we've got a route to get our cable across. And I have mounted the EV charger in the garage. I'll bring you back at the next stage. An update, basically what we've done so far is we've mounted the EV charger, the holster, and I've cleated / lineal clipped for speed the cable down and got my IP rated box ready. I'm going to now unravel the SWA to the house and get that fed into the garage and finish this side off, and then I'll work my way back to the house. So I'll show you what I've done. So there's the charger, there's the holster, nice straight line with lineals down. Cable's waiting. The IP rated box is sat down there with the stuffing gland for this cable to go into. I haven't done the hole for the SWA yet because I'm not sure if I'm going to go in the side or the bottom of it, but I'll work that out when I know when I'm going to put my hole through. The hole's going to be around here somewhere, so stay tuned. If you haven't already done so, like, comment and subscribe. It's going to be a good one. Hey guys, so we've installed the circuit and the cabling, so I'm going to show you what I've done today and explain why I've done things in certain orders. But it's been a pretty good install all around, I think. I mean, you know, comment below, let me know what you think. But here we go, I'm going to show you. This is our Ohme Pro. We haven't powered it up yet because Bill, my father's still wiring the other side. We've lineal clipped it. I did originally go straight down, but I chose against going that way because of this SWA, trying to get it around that brickwork like. And then into the side would have been quite difficult and not very easy. So we got our wiring center or our junction box, our IP rated box, and I've took all my neutrals at the back there. The earths are here, or CPCs, and my line conductor, so that's live, is here. All my data down in the bottom left hand corner, and of course I've used the speed SWA nut to earth my armoured cable, and I've fly leaded off with a 6mm fly lead with a crimp straight into my CPC Wago there, or Vargo, depending on how you pronounce it and where you're from. Nice cleated down. The only bit is this is an SWA, it doesn't like to bend, so this was as neat as I could get it in that corner, but I've got a really neat part outside I'd like to show you, so stay tuned. So where we come through the wall there, I've cleated it down and I've come along the sleepers, so this was a nice bend. If you know armoured cable, especially 6mm, doesn't like to bend very easy, so to try and get that bend was quite difficult, but I achieved it with a bit of perseverance. Nicely cleated along the top there, and then it goes around the back of the bushes. I'll take you down the bottom of the steps and show you the bottom part. And then we come through the bushes and down the sleepers. They're going to backfill this section with some stones, so that's why I've left that bit lying. It's a bit difficult to get in there, but the customer was happy with that. And it's gone underneath the gravel works. We went underneath this paving slab, so we lifted the slab, we channeled the cement underneath, and we managed to get it into this stony backfill area all the way along. Looks quite neat, may I say so myself. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Around the back of the drain pipe, and Bill, my father, is currently there putting the other connection on another IP box. He's doing an SWA gland, and he's also doing the same as what I just showed you in the garage area, putting the earth nut on to ensure it's throughout its length, i.e. CPC. And then this cable is a different cable going up the wall because it's not buried. This is a HO7, so this one does bend nice and easy. So it goes through the wall to the consumer unit area, which I'll show you in a minute. We've also had to change this RCD because it's a type AC RCD to a type A RCD because that's what it requires for EV charging, and a bi-directional fuse has been fitted. So once Bill's made his connections outside, my dad, he will then connect the line conductor to the MCB, and he will install the clamp on the tail going into the main switch, which will be the line conductor, which is the phase conductor. So stay tuned. Okay, so our supply is now energized, which is on this MCB, which is a miniature circuit breaker coming off of this residual current device. The residual current device is a 2-pole residual current device, so it's bi-directional, and it's also a type A. This is our CT clamp. This is going to measure the power coming in and out of the property to ensure that we don't use too much power, i.e. to blow the main cutout fuse. So I'm going to go to the Ohme Pro now and do the testing that side, and I'll take you with me. Test is the RCD, so we select it to auto and we select EV, and it will presume to do all the tests. So once again, from A to C, and then press the test button. Because okay, so our results are, it didn't trip on half times. Well, that's the 1 times at 0 degrees, 1 times at 180, it's 5 times at 0 degrees, and that's 5 times at 180. But we need to record the highest of the 1 times. That's what NIC wants, so that would be 46.6, but we can have up to 300, so that complies. That concludes our video today, ladies and gentlemen, about the Ohme Home Pro EV charger tethered in the South Hams district. It's gone absolutely phenomenal. Customer is 100% satisfied with our work, and I've took you along for the journey. I've recorded everything I possibly could. This is not a how-to do video, so please don't attempt to do any of this that you've seen in this video unless you are a competent, qualified electrician and are skilled enough to conduct this work. If you are interested in an EV charger, especially in the Plymouth area, please contact Goodwin Electrical today. If you're outside of the Plymouth area and in Devon and Cornwall, still contact Goodwin Electrical, but if you're outside of Devon, ensure that you read the research and get the most competent electrician to conduct the work in your area. Until the next one, ladies and gentlemen, bye for now.